in the previous problem I had told you that we are going to do problem number 8. Since problem number 8 is little simpler compared to problem number 9, we would first solve problem number 9. Problem number 8 would be easy for you. You are going to solve it by yourself. So PH Limited is a manufacturing company having 3 production departments, A, B and C, and 2 service departments, X and Y. The following is the budget for the month of December 2017. So they have given us the table. I have told you, as soon as you see the table in the problem, you are going to first find out the ratio. After finding out the ratio, then you are going to do the problems. So direct material, direct wages, factory rent, power, depreciation, other overheads. And they have given us basis of apportionment, area, capital value of assets, machine hours, horsepower of machines. And a technical assessment of the apportionment of expenses of service department is given as follows. See, as soon as you see this is repeated distribution. 45% A, 15% B, 30% C, X is nil because the X expenses are distributed for A, B, C and Y. So Y, it is 10. Again, service department Y, it has got A, B, again C nil, X it is 5 and Y it is nil. So this is how we are going to apportion the expenses. So first and foremost, we are going to we are required to prepare a statement showing overheads of various department, that is apportionment. A statement showing redistribution of service department. So this is repeated distribution, redistribution, repeated distribution, machine hour rate of the production departments. So first we are having the task of writing or preparing primary statement, primary distribution statement. So statement showing apportionment of costs, apportionment of costs of production department and service department. Within the brackets, write it as primary distribution summary. Primary distribution summary or primary distribution statement. And I have already told you what are the columns that we get. Here we get items of cost, after items of cost we are going to get basis of apportionment. After basis of apportionment we are going to have total. Total would be in amount format. Ratio. After ratio, production departments. So production department would be A, B and C. Service departments we have X and Y. Right. So now I have already told you only direct expenses of service department to be included under primary distribution. So what are the direct expenses? Direct materials and direct wages. So item of cost, direct material, direct wages. So the direct material would be 2000 and 1000. And the total amount would be 3000. Next, direct wages. Direct wages, the amount is 1000 and 2000. Again, the total would be 3000. Next, we have got factory rent. Factory rent Then we have power, depreciation, then other overheads. And I've told you, write down the amount in the total column, and the total would be 4,000, 2,500, 1,000, 9,000. Now, factory rent, the basis of apportionment would be area. And what would be the ratio? Ratio as per this table, it would be 2:1:2:1:2. And the amounts would be 1,000, because this 4,000 we have distributed. So 4,000 into 2 divided by 8. 500, 1,000, 500, 1,000. Next, power. So power has to be done or allocated as per horsepower of machines. So horsepower of machines, and the ratio as per this table would be 1:2:4:1:1. Right? So again, the apportionment, horsepower of machine, the ratio would be horsepower of machine. So 50, 40, 20, 15 and 25. So again it would be in the ratio of 10:8:4:3:5. So it would be reapportioned, and it would be 833, 667, 333, 250 and 470. Next, depreciation, capital value of assets, obviously. So depreciation is related to assets. So capital value of assets, and the ratio would be 2:4:2:1:1. And your amounts would be 200, 400, 200, 100, 100. After that, other overheads. So other overheads, you are going to do it on the basis of machine hours. Other overheads are apportioned on the basis of machine hours. So on the basis of machine hours means 1:2, 2:4:1:1. And your amounts would be 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 1,000, 1,000. And the total would be 22,500. And for the respective departments, it is 3,033, 3,567, 5,533, 4,850, 5,517. Right? So this is as per primary distribution. So as per primary distribution, we have just taken the direct expenses of service department, and we have allocated the other expenses for all the departments on the basis of apportionment. Next, we will be doing with regards to secondary distribution statement. So I have already told you, for secondary distribution statement, all that you need is basis of apportionment. Ratio is not required, but here we don't have basis of apportionment as well. So under repeated distribution or summary, that is under secondary distribution, so you don't have to go through so many columns. Your columns would be quite simpler in comparison to your previous methodology. So the second step would be reapportionment of cost of service department to production department, and the heading would be secondary distribution summary, and of course the columns would be costs, production department, service department. Because we don't have any apportionment, we have to repeatedly distribute. So we have how many production departments? 3, and we have 2 service departments, isn't it? So we have A, B, C, X, Y. So first we are going to write cost as per primary distribution. Every secondary distribution statement starts with cost as per primary distribution. That is your first step result. Cost as per primary distribution. So as per primary distribution, we just now calculated. It is 3033, 3567, 5533, 4850, 5570. 17. Now reapportionment. Second step would be reapportionment of service department. Which service department comes first? X, right? Of service department X to production departments. Now, what is the service department total expense? It is 4,850. Immediately put this in the bracket because we are negating it. So 4,850 is distributed to A, B, C and Y in the ratio of 45. This table which you are going to see here, this is going to help us for repeated distribution. So this is going to be for primary distribution. This is for repeated distribution. So again 45 divided by 100, 15 divided by 100, 30 divided by 100 and 10 divided by 100. So 4,850 I am going to reapportion, that is 2,183. 4,850 into 45%. 4,850 into 15%. It is 728. 4,850 into 30%. It is 1,415. And please make sure if you are getting recurring figures in your calculation, round it off. Next for Y, it is 485. Again, if you look into this particular row, Y department has got the amount. X department expenses we have allocated for all, but Y department's expenses are still pending. So what would be the next step? Reapportionment of service department Y to production departments, right? So what is the difference? So it is 5,517 plus 485. This is the total amount. So 5,517 plus 485. This total amount we have to reapportion it. So which is going to be 6,002. Immediately total this and keep it in your next step. So 6,002. So this 6,002 I am going to apportion and do reapportionment only if they have given. See, for Y they have given only for A, B and X. C is being ignored. If C is not given with any reapportionment percentage, ignore it. Now 6,002 into 60%, it would be 3,601. and for B it would be 2101. And for C they have not mentioned any percentage, so we cannot allocate. Again for X it is 300. Next, reapportionment. Now this Y department's expenses are exhausted, but still X department has got 300 pending. So this 300 again we have to reapportion. So reapportionment of service department X to production department. So that 300, whatever the 300 amount is pending, so this 300 we are going to allocate. It is 135, 45, 90, 30. And I am negating 300 in service department X. Now again 30 is pending in service department Y. So in the next step this 30 has to be again distributed. So reapportionment of service department Y to production departments. So 30 I am going to allocate it, and it is 18, 11 and 1. See, for X the percentages are 45%, 15%, 30%, 10%. For Y it is only 60, 35 and 5. So this figures are there in your next table in the problem. So service department Y to production departments, it is 30, which we have reallocated to all the production departments. Now again 1 is being pending in the service department. So negate this 1. And if you have observed service department X in this column, which has got highest percentage? A has got highest percentage. So I will totally assign this 1 to A. So reapportionment of service department X to production departments. 1 is being the remainder. Since 1 is negligible amount, we cannot again redistribute to various departments. I am going to just put this under the department which has got the highest share for X to various departments, and remaining I am going to put it as nil. So if you look into this, the total column, always remember under repeated distribution the total column of both service departments should be nil. Till then you have to keep distributing the amounts to various departments. As soon as you put bracket, it becomes negative. As soon as it becomes negative, which means you have started apportioning to various departments. And please make sure that every amount is cumulated. After accumulation, all the amounts have to be distributed. And after this, the total would be 8,971, 6,452, 7,032, and we are keeping these two columns as nil. So with this, the second step, that is secondary distribution statement, is done. So this I have apportioned, again total this, again I have apportioned. So whatever the remaining that I have got, I have apportioned to all the departments. If it is X, I have to look into X column, X row, and if it is Y, I have to look into Y row and distribute for the respective departments. So with this, I am done with primary distribution, secondary distribution. Now they have asked us to calculate the machine hour rate for production departments A, B and C. So the third step would be calculation of machine hour rate. So calculation of machine hour rate, and what have they asked? They have asked us to calculate the cost per hour. So for that, the third step, calculation of machine hour rate, just take the columns, that is particulars, production department A, B and C. Calculation of machine hour rate. For that, you are taking particulars as your first column, then production departments A, B and C. Now we have calculated what is the total cost as per secondary distribution. Cost as per secondary distribution is 8,971, 6,452, 7,038. And what would be the number of machine hours? Number of machine hours, it would be 1000. It is given in the table. 2000, 4000. So the formula would be for machine hour rate calculation, rate per hour, machine rate or rate per hour is equal to cost divided by number of machine hours. Total cost divided by number of machine hours would be cost of machine hour rate. So it would be 8.97, 3.226, 1.7595. So this is with regards to your 9th problem. So we are done. So whatever the total cost that you get after secondary distribution, take the respective amounts of the production department, divided by number of machine hours, you would get cost per machine hour. That would be 8.97 for A, 3.226 for B and 1.7595 for C. And with this, the 9th problem is done. And you're going to do the 10th problem, which is similar to your 9th problem. So in my upcoming video, I'm going to explain simultaneous equation method for secondary distribution. Thank you.